Hello and welcome to the Daily Gas for June 27th, 2025, called Magic Blue by Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Region sum lines along each line, the digits in every region it passes through, have the same sum. So, what does that mean? Well, if we take a look here, Philip actually gives us a for example. So, for example, row 1, column 9, plus row 2, column 8, plus row 3, column 7. Let's actually do some color coding here. Is equivalent to row 4, column 6, row 5, column 5, and row 6, column 4, which is equivalent to the sum of row 7, column 3, row 8, column 2, and row 9, column 1. We'll go green there. So this is one long blue line that passes through multiple regions. This is the part of the line that passes through this region. Region just means box in this case. So here, these three cells will sum to some value. Let's just say it sums to 7 for the purposes of this. Then that means that these three yellow cells will also sum to 7, and that these three green cells will also sum to 7. And that's true for all of the region sum lines throughout the grid, though in this case it seems like our region sum lines, some of these cases, right, it would just say that this cell, right, is in this region. So if we did our color coding, this would be red, and then this is the cell in this region. So it would say that the sum of all the red cells is also the sum of all the yellow cells. I'll let you guys figure out the impact of that. So that's it. Those are the rules. Let's just jump right into it. All right, so what was I talking about there? Well, pretty easily here, we can see 1 on the region sum line here says that this is going to be 1. Not 2, but 1. 4 on the region sum line is going to say 4. 3 on the region sum line looks at these two cells, but these don't sum to 3 because they exist in their own regions. This would be like the red, yellow, green. So these are just both 3. 9 sees 9, 6 is 6, and 7. Symmetrically, actually, it seems like we've got ourselves an X windmill puzzle. Interesting. Okay, well, I think it's going to be X windmill here. We have the ones. Ones stare down, so this will be 1. 9s stare up, so this will be 9. I'm very tempted to say this is going to be X windmill. 7s stare across. 7 can't go there, so it must be 7. Same thing is true with 3s. If it is X windmill, then that would mean that the opposite pairs, I guess, would have to sum to 15. So, because in total they would be 30 across all 6 cells. So 15. I guess we'll see. Probably with 5. I guess it could be 4, 4, 6. I'm going to say 4, 5, 6, but could be 5 to 8. We'll see. We will see. Instead of speculating, let's just keep working through Sudoku and see what we couldn't come up with. What am I not considering here? 7. We did a double 3 pair of the 4s. 4 down. 4 across doesn't do the same thing for us. So 2, 9. What am I not considering? Where does 9 go? 9 could go here or here. Oh, but then where does 9 go across then? 9, if this was 9, couldn't go here, couldn't go here, couldn't go here or here or here. So 9 actually, only option has to be here. And I think if that's true, I think the same can be said for 1s. because 1 can't go here, 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 or here. This is the only place for 1 in this row, which forces the 1 there. All right. And what does that do for us here? I guess 1, 1 gives us the 1. That would give us the 9 here. Similarly, so then we're just left with an X-wing on 1s. 1 between these two cells, 1 between these two cells. Which does what for us? 8. Well, sorry. Now I've realized something. 1 with the 8 here. Before 8 could have gone there, but now that it can't, if we consider where 8 can go, 8 can't go here because then it would go there, and that would break. So this has to be the 8. And I'm guessing this same exact thing would apply for the 2. And we'll just double check here to make sure we're not being silly. But yes, in fact, this has to be the 2. And then if we need 8, if 8 can't go here, and 8 can't go here, then this must be 8. This does our double 2 here, and then we're missing 4, 5, and 4, 5. Obviously, whatever goes here will have to go there. Two, 3. Yeah, and then we have 5 between these cells, 5, 6, and then 5, 6 across. Exactly what we would expect. These 2 cells. I have 5, 5. So what am I not seeing here? I know the 9 in 2 cells. 9, 8, right? This has to be 4, 5, but how does that help us here? 4, 5, 8, and 7. Where does 7 go in the column? Something I missed here with the double 7s that I placed a while back. This is going to be 7. Same thing is true with 3s. I guess, yeah, for this set here. 4, 5, 8. Let's just double check here. We have the pair, the X-wing, here with the 2s. We have a lot more options available between the cells. 3s. Well, this is a lot more restricted. I wasn't paying attention. 3 goes in one of these 2 cells, so 3 has to go here. Only option. Same is going to be true for the 7s. And that doesn't help us with the X-wing, at least unless I'm missing a separate pair that goes in those same cells, but something to consider. With 4, 5, 6, this is going to be 6. This is going to be 4. Because of all the 5, 6 pairs that are about. 5, 6 does leave us with 7, 8. And obviously the 7 is that x-wing like we were looking at with the 3 here. And then the 4s. Lots of pairs and triples and the like that we have to consider. But nothing solid enough here. I guess what we haven't been considering this whole time is the pairs that go here, how they'll actually sum. Because we know now 100% that this can be 4, 5, 6 to sum to 15, as we guessed it would be. So we need to make 12 in 2 digits here. If this was the 5 in the set, right, then what's my option here? Well, to make 12, we need 7, and it can't do that. So if that's the case, this has to come from the set 4, 8. If this is 8, this would be 4, which means it does have to be 4, and there we go. That's what we were missing, and that means that this is 6 and this is 2. We weren't actually considering the region sum here, and now that we've done that, we get everything. This will be the 4. This is, well, I guess this is going to be the 8. This will be 2, 5, 6, 5. This is our 5s here. And this is 1, this is 9. We need 4, 5. So that's resolved there. 4, 5, 5, 6. And if we somehow don't have the pieces yet, then there's no way I'm going to solve it at that point. This is going to be 5 here. This will be 5 here. That should be all of our 5s. And everything else should fill out quite nicely there. 2, 3, 7, 8. Across we need 4, 4, 4, and 9. 9. This is 1, 6, and 6. And to finish this off, we need 2 and 7, and 3 and 8. And we are done in 10 minutes and 32 seconds with Magic Blue by Philip Newman. So, hopefully you enjoyed, and as always, thank you for watching.